Hey guys, so today we're talking about how to be unforgettable and seductive. And it doesn't matter your looks, your age. I mean, of course, if you're less than 16, please don't be seductive. Do your best to try to not be seductive, okay? I'm just worrying about you. But, anyways, let's begin. Have you noticed sometimes when you enter a room, people just look at you like at the background noise? Nothing changes. They just glance at you and they come back to whatever they were doing. And sometimes something shifts and they do notice your presence. Why is this happening? That usually happens when you dress one level higher. What does it mean? For example, you could have come to this party or this job interview just wearing casual. That would do the job, right? But you dressed one level higher. That means that you were intentional. You wear like blazer, you wear white shirt, even though you think it's not required, it doesn't matter, it's not gonna change anything, but it will. There is something with our primal instincts. When you signal to others that I don't belong here, I am one level higher, people notice. And many of you guys are so afraid to look good. Oh my gosh, they will think that I'm thinking that I'm better than these guys, blah, whatever. Like, if you want to win the game of life, you should use those instincts in your favor. Because if you don't, somebody else is gonna use it. The truth is, nobody cares if you're gonna succeed in this life. Nobody cares if you made your bed. Yeah. Like, be grateful if you're like 16 now and your parents are really giving a shit for that. Like, be grateful. Otherwise, when you're an adult, nobody, like literally, nobody cares. So, dressing one level higher always does the job. And the thing is, they might not even understand why they trust you more. So the matrix glitch is this. Our brain is working basically the same way that it used to work like 2000 years ago, like 5000 years ago. We evolved so much, but our brain is basically the same thing. And that's why you like sugar so much, because your brain's still thinking that we are in need of stuff. Your brain still hasn't adapted to the fact that we have abundance of everything, and it still thinks that the most calorie rich food something you must acquire in order to survive. But today it's the opposite. It's like completely opposite. The more carbs you eat, the more sugar you eat, the more likely you're going to die early, and you're going to have all these like bad diseases which you don't want to have. So you need to know that clothes equals confidence. If you dress like someone who has authority, others will feel it. People will treat you differently. Even before you open your mouth, people already decided that you're probably capable, that you're probably worthy of trust, and you're probably are good at what you're doing. And all you did, you just changed your suit from something basic casual to something more presentable. That's it. That's so simple, but so many people just don't use it. The power of pause. That's the other thing that many people don't use because they're afraid to sound as if they're stupid or as if they have nothing to reply. But when somebody is asking you a question, whenever you're making a pause, instead of responding instantly, instead of trying to prove that you're quick, you're smart, you're good enough, when you stop just for 2 seconds, the way people perceive you change. Because suddenly you are not reacting, you are analyzing, you're calculating. This is again our brain bias. I learned it also from the course of public speaking. People assume that those who make pauses before they speak are either smarter, more in control of their emotions, or about to say something important. It's almost like telling the Matrix that you're not just playing the game, but you are behind watching the code. Practice not rushing into answering, especially with those who you want to make an impression with. The yes ladder, one of the most famous tricks from marketing, and it was written in the like one of the first marketing books ever written in like 1970s or something like that. So the yes letter basically says that if you get person to agree once, it's more likely that they will agree every other time when you ask them a question. For example, you're seeing a girl or a guy that you liked. Instead of asking them something cringe, looking like you're a weirdo, you might start with something like, can I ask you something? The first yes. Again, our primal instinct. Once someone has said yes, even to something meaningless and not important, their brain starts to build this rhythm that it doesn't want to break. Do you live in this neighborhood? Like, maybe that's not the best question, especially nowadays when everybody is afraid to share their personal data. Just come up with something that is up to the context. Each yes reprograms the conversation in your favor. And salespeople use it all the time. You've probably noticed. So, but the other thing is, of course, if the person doesn't like you or something doesn't click, this wouldn't really help, you know? Like, for example, if you don't need to buy something, most likely you're not going to buy it, like, no matter how hard they're trying to sell it to you. So it's the same thing. Another hack is to use people's names. Instead of calling people bro, like sis, you know, mother, all of that, if you want to bypass the social firewall, you might want to start calling people by their names. People love those who remembers their names. And it doesn't happen often these days. Like, especially if you come to a big group of people and everybody starts to say their name and you're like, oh my gosh, no, I can never remember that. But if you try, like, it will signal to others that they're important to you, that you respect them, and they will pay you back with the same respect. Try to go to the people with open heart and respect. The more you do that, the more you can get everything you want. Like, literally everything you want. People will give it to you. People are really glad to help each other. Like, we are social creatures. When we don't, we are unhappy and we have this need. This is also connected to the energies and the way that the fact that we received like a very big gift for free, and that gift is our life. And the fact that we received it without paying anything for it makes us want to give back, because this is a balance. When you receive, you want to give. And when you give, you want to receive. That's why all the relationships there are built on balance. And you cannot always like give and never ask for anything back. You will feel drained. You will feel like you're the only one who is doing all the shit, you know? And at some point, you will start like nagging your partner, your friends, like you will not be nice to them. And that's because you have pretended that you're a saint. Like, you have pretended that you are much more capable than you actually are. And instead of doing that, just understand that there must always be a balance. The more you receive from others, the more you have the need to give back. Like, not even specifically to those people who gave you something, but you can give like this energy exchange. It's like intra connected. We are interrelated. This is like the simple things that you can use to make your life better. And I hope you like this video and see you in the next one. Bye.